Hi everyone, welcome back to WesWatches. Today we'll be talking about the Lige Diver. 30 meter, water resistant, dependable quartz movement, distinct diver styling, stainless steel bracelet with the push button hidden clasp. All this for just 30 bucks. It just looks too good to be true. But is it? But as we know it, the devil lies in the detail. So what we're going to do today is dive into those details. We'll be talking about this watch, the details about the bezel, how does it actually move, what's the movement like. We'll be talking about the quartz movement at the back here. We'll be talking about the bracelet, about the polishing of the case. We'll be talking about the guarded crown and so much more. So without further ado, let's get into it. I will be leaving the timestamps to this video in the description below the video. As well as that, I'll be leaving the link to the listing of this watch, because I did order it from AliExpress and I got it in quite good time, in just under 10 days. I think it was 9. But either way, for a price of 30 bucks, you get yourself a diver looking watch. Let's talk about it now. The diver feels and weighs like stainless steel. We have 140 grams on the wrist. Lige 10045 is a homage to the ROLEX Submariner, an ambitious move in my regard. The dimensions are quite interesting. If the diameter is just 43 millimeters, the lug-to-lug distance is a hefty 55.4 millimeters, meaning that this homage watch won't fit the more slender wrists. The thickness is okay, it's 13.1 millimeters, so it doesn't stick too high up on your wrist, but also it's not the thinnest of watches, but it shouldn't catch on to any of your shirt sleeves. The stainless steel bracelet tapers down to the clasp from 19.1 to 17.7 millimeters. On the dial we see 3 hands following the Mercedes and Lollipop design. The minute chapters are printed into the black dial. The date cyclops is in the expected 3 o'clock position. Its magnification is somewhere between 1.5 to 2 times, not the 2.5 times we expect to see in the original watch. I do have to mention the amount of writing on the dial, because it's a tad too much. So there are actually 4 rows of text next to the 6 o'clock position. So on the first one, you have 100 feet, 30 meters. Okay, fine. Water resistant. Okay, fine. Quartz. All right, fair enough. And then you have the 4th line, which says profession. Profession? What do you mean? Maybe professional? Either way, it looks strange, so I just think Lige should remove it, because 4 lines of text basically taking up the bottom half of the dial, it's a bit too much. Let's talk about the glass on top here. So the crystal is actually mineral glass. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that it will be highly reflective and that it's not scratch resistant. But for the price, that sort of makes sense. I did find that it doesn't have anti-glare nor anti-reflective coating. It neither has any anti-fingerprint coating. And that means that, yeah, you can't smudge it easily. Another thing I found is that in direct sunlight, there is a bit of glare, but we get back to the anti-glare coating, which is missing here. Another slight consideration is that the mineral glass actually sits just a tad above the ceramic bezel, meaning that with the usual wear and tear and the scratches that come around, they're going to go directly to your watch face or the glass of it. The ceramic bezel is a 60-click unidirectional bezel with engraved chaptering. It does look good. It looks 5 stars. The functionality though is at 3 stars max. Let me explain why. Now you can make it look like the bezel actually aligns. You can. That's not an issue. The issue comes to the moving action. It's so smudged. You can see that this is supposed to be a unidirectional bezel, and yet between every single click, which is quite pronounced, the clicks, but the move behind them, you can move the bezel to and fro. And that is a bit annoying, and that means that the quality is just not up there. But again, if we look from afar, it looks decent enough. Now the case, stainless steel and polished. The screw-down crown is guarded. In regards to the actual crown, I've noticed that the automatic pieces actually do have a logo on the crown here, while the quartz ones, like this one, don't have a logo on the crown. A bit of a shame, maybe an oversight, I don't know, but that logo just makes it look a bit more classy. On the back we have a snapback that explains the 30-meter water resistance rating. And now it's time for some biased opinions on the Lige Diver. So from afar, I think this piece looks really good. Yeah, it does. If you think about the actual polished case, if you think about the brushed bracelet, it looks nice. But is it? Well, not really. I want to talk about the quality of the bracelet here. It does look that these links are just not close enough. They're not solidly together. There's space between them. There's so much move. And it just feels clunky and slightly cheap. But then it is, isn't it? We did talk about the ceramic bezel. I like the fact that it's ceramic. I like the fact that you have these very definitive, very distinct clicks. What I don't like is the move and the play between the clicks. That's just not right. Now, it might be just a quality control issue in this specific watch. Maybe. Although I have seen some other reviews of the automatic Lige Diver, and they seem to have the exact same problem. Another slight annoyance are those 4 lines of text at the 6 o'clock position. We just don't need them there. That's it. And that word profession, I don't know, is it a quartz profession? It's supposed to be professional. So obviously it's a typo, it's a mistake. It's there to look like something that it's not. So let's just remove it, Lige, and we'll just get on with enjoying your watch. But that is just something that we don't need there. Now, I have seen this watch on different listings going up to 50 or 60 bucks. I got it for 30 bucks, and I will leave a link to that listing in the description below the video, so make sure to check it out. 30 bucks, well, it is money, but is it a lot of money? Well, considering the inflation out there, 30 bucks doesn't sound like much. And if you really want to test out what a diver would look like on your wrist, maybe this is a good starting point, because again, 30 bucks gets you quite a decent way with this watch. There are a lot of things on here which are just slightly off, but again, 30 bucks. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Lige Diver. If you have, please drop me a like. And if you want to see more of these reviews, if you want to see some comparisons, make sure to hit the subscribe button below the video. And I'll see you in the next one.